Hi.
What's going on, D?
Hey, Jen. Checking out our delay.
What'd you say?
I said I'm checking out our delay.
What delay? Oh, between
The
yard
stream
stream. I
and
was gonna say yard stream. Yeah, it's about 30 seconds, ain't it?
yeah, and then I have us on two different browsers. So I have it in Safari and I have it in Chrome. And Chrome, of course, came on first, and then Safari is a little lag. So
Yeah, it's a serious delay.
are you have a deep delay too?
Yeah, I'm in the actual YouTube app on my tablet. It's a huge delay. Let me see.
I guess we're waiting for everybody to come back on in
Yeah,
from
right
the
now we got
break.
5 people. Mm, yep. And some people will probably be. I think there's a Louise is doing a credit card show right now. So some of those people that come from Anton Daniel show won't be here either. They'll probably be there. Data Christian, did you look at the video, the Q&A video? Any thoughts? We need more.
I don't know if she's back yet. I think this was just automatically
Um,
populated because she signed back up today for the earners.
uh, let me see.
So I'm not sure if she's in the house. If she
Oh no, I can
is,
tell you who's in there. It's just us. Let's say participants in the chat. I can see who's in the chat.
let's see who's in the chat. Nobody's chatted anything yet.
But I can see who's if it's somebody in the chat, if somebody in there. Either way,
How
it
are you
don't.
today?
Mm,
I know you. I'm feeling that energy. As your friend, I was just like, you know, what's going on with my friend? You was in the YouTube streets last night.
mm,
No,
mm,
you need nap.
I was watching Lock and Key,
What's that?
the show on Netflix, where they can put the key under there, and they can
Oh,
go
I
to
haven't seen that.
yeah, and then they can go to different places and stuff like that. The new
Oh no,
season is out.
I have to see that. We haven't been able to catch up on any shows because I've been studying. And I
Yeah,
know you feel a way about that, but
I don't feel
that
a way
doesn't
about.
mean I don't care.
I don't feel a way about it. I just don't feel like when it's time for conversation that my time for conversation should be cut short. That's just what I feel.
I get it. I get it. I get it.
Don't penalize me.
No, I'm and definitely not penalizing you.
Mm.
However, in me restructuring my life in order to accommodate all these things and try to get a flow, I do ask for your patience in advance till I get my rhythm.
I
Could
don't
you do
have
that
any.
for me?
I don't have any.
You don't have any patience for
No,
me
my patience,
or my
my
rhythm
patience,
or
my
my
patience,
process?
my patience died 5 years ago, 10 years ago.
Would, why did it die?
Destroyed
Who did that?
life.
Life? Well,
Destroyed.
I mean, if you can muster up a mustard seed of patience for me, I would really, really appreciate it. While I get my mojo back.
I might die.
Please don't say that.
Hmm.
Please don't say that.
I might die.
Because, contrary to popular belief, we might not physically be in this space, but we do spend a lot of time together.
Shit happens.
Yeah,
People go every day,
I do.
so you got to go ahead and make these plans now.
I know. I was like, when we gonna get this condo in Africa? I'm ready. I was like, two, please. Like, Yes, the garden with the little, the faux grass, and then you pulled up the joint with the water view, and
I like the one with the water view.
I was like, well, step that up a notch. I can do that. Your birthday's coming up, you know. There's some things you wanted to do, some places you wanted to fly. Um, that seemed like a plan.
Yeah,
That seemed like a plan. I got some hours I've been saving up, for the melee.
yeah, I like
I've
the
been
water
letting them
view.
accrue for my friend, and because it's usually, you usually delay your birthday for a New Year's trip. We do take a good bring in the New Year's thing. So I was like, I like it. I don't know how long is the flight, like, over, like,
I think it's 15, right?
I have no idea. And wherever we're going, we know stops, right?
BRN IZE 1969 said that what the condo was nice. The one with the water view. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was nice.
Oh yeah, it was nice.
I would buy that.
It's nice. My
Mm.
goddaughter, she's going to the University of Cape Town, so I'm excited for all of Africa. And Africa's never really been on my list. It was on my list, but it was at the bottom of my list. There were some other places that I wanted to go first, but since a lot of my friends have been going to different parts, it's piqued my interest a little bit more. But I'm a sucker for some water and some waves and a little bit of sand. I'm all game.
I got you.
Little
I'm
sails, little,
I'm pulling up all the scholarships
good
now
food.
that we didn't go over last week. It's so much that we didn't get a chance to go over. I could talk about that this week too. I'll talk about
While
that.
everybody's filing in, go ahead and hit that like button for us while we wait. At least we
Uh,
can do
get people,
something,
get some people in.
you know, run those numbers up for your girls.
Don't forget become a member, man. Like I'm releasing some scholarship information for members only, YouTube members only. Right?
And Data Christian, I know Tam was asking you a question earlier, but you weren't in yet. Did you have a chance to look at the members only Q&A? I don't think you were there.
And she went and did all that work to get snacks. What's going on, Tammy Alexander? Welcome back, Melissa.
Oh, okay. So I think you can catch the replay, but it is for members only.
You
It,
do
yeah, there's a I created a playlist for it.
all these snacks. How's everybody
You get a
doing
snack
today?
on your break?
Mm-mm.
I made a smoothie. I hadn't had
No,
anything.
I was looking at how to. I was looking at to buy. I was looking at how to use. Um, I haven't finished the video. I was looking at 7K trading
Hmm.
platform and how to use it for airdrops for gold and silver coins. And I
Yeah.
saw it said I was gonna set that up today to get notifications and start buying coins and stuff like that.
Code and Evelyn. No, there is. If you click the join button, on top of the for me, it's on the left side of the video. On the other side of subscribe, there's a whole video and a list of um
Once you join,
options that you get for membership.
mhm.
So, no, reruns of How We Linux are available to everyone. They
Yeah,
auto post.
the shows we did exclusive shows for 300K and 500K members.
Yeah. But
um
yeah, they had
on
they have a monthly Q&A
right.
that we
And
did
if
last.
nobody, here's how it works. So on the monthly Q&A, you get a chance to ask whatever it is that you want. We give you 30 minutes. But what if nobody shows up? I just go ahead and I just treat it like I'm producing content anyway. And so I already have content set aside if no one shows up. So and if no one shows up and no one asks a question or whatnot, I just go ahead and produce content based upon things that I think will help you out and so forth, right? And each one of in the 300K and 500K, y'all didn't get the same content. It
Right,
was two different things, two different things.
right. And like, say for instance, um, we snatch the video down and make it that Reggie did yesterday, and we just leave it up for members. So it's going to be exclusive members only content. Um, it could have been a members only um, lunch and learn, ask me anything, but we decided not to do that. So who knows? We got a lot of stuff
In
coming
the
out
works.
in the works, in progress, that we've been doing it. But right now, though, that is what you receive. And the 300K and the 500K, there are two different topics, so it's not the same topic.
Also, did
Or
y'all like last week's content? An exclusive deep dive on Linux, where to get hired at, where they're hiring at, the whole nine. Jobs. This week is scholarships. Um, I've already done one on training. I'll probably do another one on training, but it won't be Linux exclusive. It'll be probably SRE DevSecOps exclusive. I'll probably do that. Um, I'll probably do a day of coding. I haven't decided on when I want to do that, um, but that's coming up. Oh, that's gonna be on Highway Linux. So, Dee, are you gonna set up your trusted foundation? Did you like that information?
oh my God, it was awesome. I mean, I've been trying to get my family to do something, but you are my family as well, so we have some things in the work. But I do want to it's on my things to do list to get my IBON stuff this week. Like that's my number one goal is to
Thank you.
to to get me some IBONs. My ground floor, I got some notifications that I got some repayment. So I've just been um,
Some dividends.
reinvesting that money back in there, and I want to move some stuff over. But it's that almost the last quarter. Well, it's August, September, October, November, December. It third quarter of the year, so just moving some stuff around and making some room, some moves and stuff. So you know, besides, we got a lot of stuff in the works as well. So um,
We do.
yeah, I thought it was great. I thought it was great. I think more people need to do like deep dives in it and understand what it means for themselves and their family, what that dynamic looks like. Um, how can they bring it into fruition? And definitely do their due diligence, because I mean we can only deliver so much awareness to the wealth building vehicles that are out there. So I would definitely like, to hear more input from uh, members on, what they found out, and, what how they're going to put that vehicle in place, or if they're going to use something like that or pass on it, or if they have any alternate strategies. Because we're growing together. So, you know, we're all on this journey. This is stuff that we're just not looking up and just throwing it out there. These are things that we're trying and they're interested in, and just happen to be sharing
Well,
our journey as we go along.
let's ask this question: how many people are confused? Let's ask this question. How many people are confused?
And then if people are confused, it's like, what are you doing not to be confused? I mean, because me personally, if somebody throws out a word that I'm not too sure of, I go to the Google and then I do research, but it's just in my nature. Like I'm naturally inquisitive and I want to know what's going on. So and I'm nosy. So I'm like, what is that? Did I miss that? You know, I'm taking my notes as well.
So, Code and Evelyn, you say you always confused. What are you always confused about? Data Christian, you say you confused with career options. I mean, what? I mean, you did the one on one.
Data Christian, she got a lot going on. That Data Christian will keep going and going and go. She is overeducated, and we're trying to get her overemployed. So we've already had the discussion that she don't need any more education. She needs to just go ahead and do it. But one good thing about tech right now is that, well, tech in general, not just right now, is that you can go dabble in some things. Like you don't have to commit to something. Like you can get in as a data analyst or something. And then, as you get the groove and get into somewhere and you stretch and it pulls you into another direction, like security or cloud, like it's just your foundation. Like the data is your foundation. You can go anywhere. And we discussed data in education. Like bloom where you're planted. Don't overthink it. Talking to myself, like don't overthink it. You already in a career. You're not sitting out there, with your umbrella in the rain. Bloom where you're planted. Shift, pivot, see what they have opportunities right where you are, and then that way you got some cushion for yourself.
Engineering Cannabis said he is confused about how can a person making 30K implement all this strategy easily.
Easy, like we always say, like if it's $5, if I mean, you can buy stocks, you can buy fractionals on Cash App. Like you might not get Starbucks. Your Starbucks budget need to be in your investment budget. Your steps are not as big, but they're financially, but they're still steps. If you got cable, you might want to cut down on the cable subscription. Cable is like $200 a month. Take that $200 a month and go invest in something else. If you have a job and they just because you make $30,000 doesn't mean you don't have a 401k. It doesn't mean you don't have
Or
the
through a savings
HSA
plan.
or through savings plans. That doesn't mean you can't max out what you already have. Um, we don't know what a person that's making 30K, their living situation. They could have roommates, which takes up some of that cushion. There's just so many things. You can get your extra side hustle, and that money that comes in, you can go ahead and invest that. But it's all about discipline. It's all about focus. It's sometimes you got to think without the extra.
Here's a trick. Here's a trick, right? And this is part of the conversation with the trust and foundation, right? Just because it says I earned 30K, that's just 30K that on paper for the IRS. But that trust and foundation may be earning 5 million. So, like I say, I'm a broke college student. I've told you this before. I'm a broke college student.
And Toya, you confused with financial terms, go to Investopedia. Any term that you don't understand, Google it. And then for me, sometimes if I find things that are too big to digest, I'm like, I'll use the definition and I want it easy or simply stated. Like I want it broken down like for dummies language. Like I am not about to stress myself out with learning. Like it is not that hard. They have it in layman's terms where it, and you can look it up on a video. Like people will break it down in the simplest of terms. Um, don't get yourself overwhelmed with the things that you don't know. Those things, write it down. And when you have your hour of your you time, go back and revisit those things because you have to put something in action. I don't care how much money I make. I pay myself. I gave myself a raise this year of 5%. I went from paying myself 20% to 25%, and whatever that extra is, that's how you learn how to budget that. Like it's just discipline, and other things are coming out, and that pot that's left over, it just goes over. So whatever that savings is, and how you navigate that savings, whether it's your emergency plan fund, you have high yield savings account, you want to get you some I bonds, you want to get you some stocks, you want to put some more money on some other vehicles, some other insurance. Like it is not easy. Sometimes you have to go without certain I don't even want to say certain luxuries because certain things you just don't care about. To each his own. So that outfit and that Amazon that comes every week or stopping by every day, 3 times a day, cut yourself off. All those subscriptions that are coming out, sit down, do your budget. I'm pretty sure there's some stretch in there, some leeway where you can take some money that you are spending and divert it to something else. Tam mentioned that I do ground floor. Ground floor, I mean, I think I started ground floor just to try it out. I didn't even start. I bought some stock. A friend of mine uses it because she invests in real estate, and they had a stock offering, and I just had cash. I just got a check from some stock from a job I worked at, a company that got bought out, and I just put that money that I made in there, and it wasn't a whole lot of money. And what I've been doing is that all that money I just been reinvested it. I push a little button. I want the advanced high risk strategy. I go ahead and push my little button. It does what it does, and every time I cash out, I reinvest that money back in. Like if you're not using it, you don't see it, you don't miss it. You don't miss it, but you don't have to start out with $500,000. Start out with $100. That going
$5.
out money, that brunch money, like start brunch is easily. I mean, easily we can run a brunch up. It can be $300-$400, and it depends on how jolly and how friendly we feeling with the sips. Because brunch can run you up. Like use the brunch money. You might not. You might want to cut out the Postmates and the Instacart. You might want to use.
Engineering cameras, you can have your mocha and your lottery tickets. You
You
can
just
do
got to
that.
make that mocha at home.
No, you can go out and get it. You just don't go out and get it every week. You got like this week, this for this month on Tuesday, I'm getting mocha and my lottery tickets. And you don't do it again until the following month. And you got a budget of $20.
And that's what you give yourself. That's your money. That's your money. Like for me, like I've changed my diet per. And I would make smoothies, and I had to have almond milk or oat milk or something. And I was like, okay, this is expensive. However, because I need more water, I'm gonna see if I can make these with water, spring water in it, because I buy them by the gallons. I buy 20 bottles of spring water at a time, gallons. So I was like, let me see if I can make these with spring water if I like them. I think a couple of weeks ago we were saying like almond milk is like $8 a gallon. I'm winning on a $1.29 gallon of spring water.
Oh, your spring water $1.29 now.
$1.29 again.
Mm. No more 69 cents, huh?
What 69 cents? That was my distilled water. I'm on spring water. I have to go get some, but it was last time I checked, it was about 99 cents a gallon. But I do need to go get some for my
Why don't
new
you, why
water flosser.
why don't you boil water and put a chlorine tablet in it?
With all these germs floating around, they found some polio in New York. They got some monkeypox in Cali. Like, I don't want no. I hadn't switched with no. And my little water flosser, you want to run distilled water and that, but no, it's basic, and I didn't even realize that I hadn't been using tap water until you just said it. Have not been swishing with tap.
Well, I clean my car with smart water, so
Yeah, yeah, you do, you do. But yeah, it's been it's been. But I do need to go grab some
and before anybody say
distill.
you buy smart water to clean your car, no. What happens is if I'm in the car and I have smart water in the car and it's been sitting out in the sun, I don't drink it. I'll just use it to pour it on the car and wipe it down. I don't.
Or whatever bottled water she got in the car that she ain't drank it
Yeah,
all the way.
yeah. I just pour it on the car.
So yeah, it's definitely not a weird flex. It's just happened to be like four half empty bottles of smart water that
Hmm.
she'll take out. But she is I don't know how to a car I wouldn't call it a car fanatic, but you are the car wash guru when it comes to her
Meticulous.
towels and buckets and suds and system.
I gotta wash the truck now.
Yeah, so you can pull some money from somewhere. You can pull some money from somewhere to invest. And like I said, it might not be hundreds of thousands of dollars, but start where you are and find something that you can invest with now. Webull gives out free. They give you 2 free stocks when you sign up. That's
Somebody got a link. Somebody got a affiliate
That's
link.
just a sign up. I have some referrals to ground floor if you need it. I think I must read my email today. It's like $50. Like if you sign up under me, you get 50, I get 50, and I think you got to be signed up for a month.
Or go buy yourself a vineyard. Go buy yourself a vine. Remember
Right.
that NFT vine
Yeah.
that you
Like
could buy.
one thing that I like about investing today that you can go put something on something. Like you can go put a few dollars down on something. So yeah.
So I was looking at a video last night,
I
and
get
so I'm
crystal
so
geyser water, Cold Evelyn. It is nothing fancy. I am like I go by taste. If I don't like it and it's toilet water, I'm not gonna drink it. But
all right. So this gonna be a different. I just thought about this. Now I was one out, and I actually wanted to bring it up. This show or last show, but let's just ask this question. I was looking at a video last night uh, from David Shan and Donnie. And one of the question of the video,
hmm
and I'm gonna ask this question, but I'm gonna take their frame and use it too. The question was, do you think poverty is a choice if you have been in a job for 15 years and you don't have any money saved up and you don't own any assets? Do you think that's a choice?
it's a choice. In 2022,
You've been working in a job for 15 years, you don't have any money saved up, you don't have any assets or whatnot. Do you think at that point poverty is a choice?
mm, the social worker in me says no, right? Um,
Mm.
and this is the social worker in me. That's the first thing I say is no, because just for instance, you came up and you had a not so great upbringing, right?
It was
And
okay.
you have, wiped your booty with that. You know what I'm saying?
Tissue
And
paper.
that 15 that 15-year job has afforded you a better life than you had growing up. And
So
wait,
that, but
wait,
that,
wait,
hold
wait,
on,
listen.
hold on. See, that's growing up. We
No, no,
talking
no,
about
no.
adults though.
But, no, but I'm getting to my point. This is what my social work mind said. So and we don't know how old these people are that had this job for 15 years either. So you're doing better than your mother. When we had this conversation, you're making more money
Mm-hmm.
than your mom and your dad made, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you based on your people around you, your circle, you living better than your circle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, because that's your circle and your elevation, and you don't, some people are this, we live in the Bay where some people haven't even crossed the bridge. They
Mm-hmm.
haven't been exposed to anything else. And I know people got phones, but I mean, we have a lot of people here just said they were confused. We give you the information. What you confused about? If you don't have anybody to talk it through with, or coach you through it, or say you can do it, or ready to take that leap, you'll be. And then some people, they're okay with where they're at, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if that 15-year job in that place that you're saying, if that's what you want, who am I to tell you anything different? If you cool. Now, if that same person
Mm-hmm.
that was at the job for 15 years, they was constantly complaining about stuff they coulda, woulda, shoulda, they wanted, all that, that's a different conversation for me.
Mm-hmm. I don't go to that. I don't go to that extreme. I just say yes. And the only reason why I say yes, because I had to look at me first, right? I looked at me and my exposure, just even in my marriage, right? Right. And I look at my exposure to things and s- talking about targeted date funds. That didn't happen during that time. So 15 years and you don't have nothing to show for it out of them 15 years, you have to start questioning about not necessarily your mindset, but what is it that you're really trying to accomplish?
Right. But I think one thing that you said though is you had a partner. So from the outside looking in, it makes sense for me if we are two people and we are both working every day, and we adding and our pot is bigger, then the math ain't mathing.
But
That
it's
makes
the
sense
but it's the
for
same
me.
thing. But it's the same thing to me, right?
Well, I mean, and it could be, and it could be, and only in only because along my journey in life, I have a homegirl in my brain where we all went to the same high school. She had a baby at 16. I was actually went to school with her sister. She had a baby at 16. I worked, I hustled, and I was like, I'm moving. I'm going to Atlanta. And one thing she used to say, her name was Betty Ann, and she always used to say, we all started at the same place. Like, Dion's no different than us. We all stayed in these projects. We all went to the same high school. We basically had the same opportunity, but their circle, And my circle and the information that they were getting was two different messaging. You know what I'm saying? Like addiction on both sides, that type of thing. But my grandmother was always go to school. She didn't tell me what to go to school for, but go to school, travel. If a man want to marry you, tell him you got to go to school first. When you eat, you can break your plate. Don't have kids, and don't do that. But they are over there. You got one baby, then you got two babies. It was the conversation we always have is we might not have had role models where we say that's a role model, but we sure learned what we didn't want for ourselves. And either sometimes that's in you
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes it's not in you. Some people get caught up in that trauma. Some people take a little bit longer than others in order to move out of that space. I knew I was going to get out and go somewhere, even though San Francisco, California, people are saving up money right now to go visit that city from all over the world. But the San Francisco I know and the San Francisco that people go visit are two different places. Even for some people that live there and there are transplants, it's two different places. Even here where we live, it's two different places for some people. So it's so many factors to consider when it comes to mindset. Me and my sister, we're 7 years apart. She's been married for almost 20 years and we're 7 years apart. Even though she has a job and she moves within the state of California, but I call her and things and she was like, we don't want to do that. We're not gonna do that. I don't I feel like the younger sister at times. Now, are they growing? Are they building? Do they have a home? Yes, but some of the things that I would want to do as a young couple with no kids is not what they do. It's not what they into. And
Mm-hmm.
it's okay. I love her just the same.
Yeah, but I think if you've been somewhere in a situation for 15 years, um, I get it, life happens, but I think there's certain circumstances that at some point it are triggers for you. And when I say triggers, I mean triggers like you ask yourself, is there something better out there? Can I do something different? Is there another place for me to work at? Is this all there is? Right? And I think everybody has this conversation with themselves, but it just happens at different times. I think, and we're not talking about somebody who's like a child living in poverty. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about somebody who's got a job, they're self sufficient, they've been in a position for 15 years. They just haven't decided to break out of whatever that is, right? And so they keep earning the same thing like that. They go from 30,000 to 32,000, from 32,000 to
Just
35,000.
I mean, I
Just
got a coworker that's like that.
just
And
a,
she's like, I'm good right now. I don't want to do none of that.
yeah,
She's like,
just
and
a
she's
school.
younger than she's like, I don't want to do none of that.
Right. And I
I don't
get and
want
I
to learn
get
nothing else. I don't want
yeah.
to do nothing else.
And
I don't want to shake the boat because I don't want to. I'm not. I'm
and
content
and
with
that's
my
fine.
life.
Yeah, and that's fine. Here's where it doesn't become fine anymore. When you go to look back over your life and try to retire, and you like, hey August, I saw you post the stuff about IFS. I'm unsure if you was in IFS or not, if you're in Black Card or not. But if you don't have when you don't have enough money for retirement or you don't have enough money for a medical expense or something like that.
Right. But I know some people right now that their medical is like, okay, I'm gonna give me some Medicaid, I'm gonna collect my SSI, and
Yeah,
I know some people like that right now. Like
yeah, we
some
know,
people
we all
that's
know.
never got
We
a job, like generations that,
Yeah, we all know people like that.
yeah. So
We all know
yeah,
people like that.
but that's so many things.
Right.
It
So, but
definitely is. It's so many.
but is it a choice? Would you just saying that people, what you have just said, you was like, people like, I'm okay with this, I'm okay with that.
I mean, I
It
think
is
everything is a choice.
okay, but
Yeah,
is
I mean, everything is a choice. And for me, it goes back to the price tag. Like everything costs. Are you willing to pay the price tag for that? Like, are you willing to put the time and the energy and the effort to skill up or to take a chance on doing something? Like, I got a cousin that's been in management for the government for years, and he came in the door in management, and he was like, I don't want to manage no people no more. We always talk about being high paid earners. Like I don't, they don't want to be on the leadership track. Like I just
oh
pay
yeah,
me my
yeah,
money so
yeah.
I can get in and go and
Again,
do what I want to do on the outside. Like he don't want
again,
to pay
I
that
think
price tag anymore of
yeah.
dealing with the
Well,
people.
well, no, no,
Like
well, so the leadership track for me, I go back and forth on that because there's different types of leadership tracks. What do you think about this, Clark?
I see it in the background.
What do you think?
What year is it? Because
It's
it was
20,
looking like that milk truck that got dropped in the yard.
it's 2022.
Is it powder blue?
Mm-hmm.
She cute. She's cute. Did you see the one I sent you the other day? That
The,
they
Me-
have, it's the sister cousin to what you have. You
the
didn't see it
message?
in your text messages? Check
Mm-mm.
your text messages.
I did. I just saw the
I sent
message.
you have a couple of links, and literally they have another red and black one up there on the lot.
Oh yeah, you talking about that one that's jacked up high?
Is it her?
Yeah, I saw that a long time ago. I sent you that one. I don't like that one. The one that's sitting up real high.
I don't know how high it is because yours is high now.
It's higher than that.
Oh, it is? Well, you know, hey, I'm 5'4", so some of that I need a step ladder for anyway. Um, but I think everything is a choice. You want to do it or you don't. Like, I know for me, I go through those questions in my brain, and it's like, do I want to push myself? Am I going to practice what I preach? Like, do I want to be bothered? Do I want to play that price tag? Like, me being on screen right now, it's me pushing my comfort zone.
Mm.
Luckily we've created a space where it's not, super goofy, where it's a lot
What
of,
I don't know what super goofy.
ooh, you know, one thing that I love about this space that we've created, that the energy is a welcoming energy. It has attracted like-minded people that are ready to grow and stretch and are choosing to um, be here, get the knowledge, and contribute. Now, are some people probably operating in
Mm.
fear? Absolutely. It
They,
it it, it takes guts to do something you've never done before.
they sold this one from Florida. Florida place. Just a ride.
So, it's that. It's that. Did you see David Arnold's new his Porsche? I sent
Yeah, his
that to you.
Titan. Yeah, I saw it.
I said, oh, he got a family Porsche.
He got to. He got
I was
three
like, oh, he
boys.
got it. I was like, I would have been selfish. I was like, I would have been selfish and got me just a two-door for me and my wife. I was like, F them kids.
Them,
They got the minivan.
them youngest ones ain't the youngest one ain't old enough to ride yet by itself.
Yeah. Well, she can ride with her sister. They got the minivan. Yeah, I'm like,
Did he get
I'll
her the
meet y'all
minivan?
there.
Cause she wanted a G wagon.
I'll meet y'all there. um, but yeah, I mean, shoot, my mother is. If I was looking at my mama for some financial planning, my mama, she is not. My mama will get money, and I mean lump sums of money. And mama, she is she is gonna eat it up. She gonna spend it up. She is gonna what they call so when like I guess when you treat somebody to something, like if Tam took me to dinner, my mother and her friends, they call it featuring. So if my mother is gonna feature you, like we going out, we eating, she gonna buy five of one appetizer for the table. Like she don't eat it up. She gonna spend it up because she like you can't take it with
Okay, August. You said you on the Zoom calls on Tuesdays. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I haven't been to the Zoom calls on Tuesdays. Those calls during the week. People like me that work. Kind of hard,
you.
hard to get those calls.
Yeah.
Hard to get those calls.
Yeah. Or
All
even
right.
on Friday sometimes. It depends on what type of fires I got going in order to make the IFS meetings. You'll ding me in, but sometimes I'm like I mean, yesterday was a terrible day.
Mm,
But I'm interested to know what people are sacrificing to make their melanated minimalist. My mama is gonna ball out wet. You talking about she gonna go to Macy's. She gonna have a closet, like somebody moving, she got a comforter, you need some plates, you got some silverware, you need a bracelet. Like it's just who she is. Like Nana is gonna buy, she's gonna have something for you. She gonna have something for you. A plant.
not Ann. Ann ain't doing it.
She gonna have something for you. When my mom came for her birthday, I mean, she gonna eat it up. Where we going to Roof's Chris? Where Houston's? Where we going? This is where I want to go. The Coach Outlet. We at that. Now Tam's mom, she like her lottery. She gonna play her lottery and she gonna eat her steaks and she gonna go get her a pocketbook.
And go to the casino, and that's it.
She going to the casino.
And that's it. And she
She
only.
is gonna be wig,
eh,
purse, ready, waiting on us. Like, what's taking so long? You've been in here for 3 days talking about your knee. It's Saturday night, and you is. I need to go stop by the bank. I need to stop by the bank before we go.
Yeah, because she only taking. Yeah, she only taking a certain amount of money. She only taking anywhere from $600 to $1,500, and she don't let it get down to nothing below 500.
And she gonna hit. She gonna hit,
That's it.
and she gonna be missing for the first 2 hours. We can have dinner, drinks, and be looking around, and she's still gone.
And when she hungry, she'll come get something to eat, and she out. She back at it. Once she
And
get
then
her
she come
about
over there
four,
looking defeated, like
four,
I
six,
like.
four, four
She
to
break
six
even.
hours, she gone. She
She
done.
break even. She break
She don't even break even. It be about she don't let it get past 3 or 4. And she's like, I ain't gonna give them all my money.
and be ready to go.
I'm ready. Y'all ready?
Y'all ready? Yeah, you going?
How many drinks did y'all have?
Can
You
y'all
know that drinking
drive?
and driving, you kill somebody.
We be sitting in there at the steakhouse waiting on Tam Mama, getting full, both chilling out. But I think everything's a choice. Life is a choice.
And then I give her an extra $100 or $200. I said, go play. We ain't ready yet.
As Tam be catching at the casino. I'm gonna tell y'all, I don't know what it is. Y'all need to get you a friend like Tam, boy. It's a good time. She they love to make
And who is they?
the men's. The men's. The men's. They love to make it. They love that. It's like a moth to a flame built by the fire.
Janet.
Moth built by the fire. They are like,
What's going on, right?
yes, casino, good time. Good time.
I know.
Tamika is not always fun energy. She is not. Do not let that fool you. That Scorpio is not always fun.
See, this is when
AKA not the fun police.
this is when the fun police comes out. Here come the
AKA,
fun police.
uh,
Here come the fun police. Here come the fun police.
no, I just said you wasn't fun all the time.
I'm a bundle of joy
I didn't say you weren't a bundle of joy.
all the time.
I said you weren't fun all the time. That's what
I
I
am
said.
fun. Oh,
Y'all ain't shit. I love y'all. Y'all ain't shit. Y'all ain't shit. I am mad they brought the popo.
that's because you are the fun police.
I am so not the fun police.
You are.
I am the facilitator of fun.
You are the facilitator of the
In
fuck
all
shit.
of the fun. Quiet as hell. Why you think she don't travel with nobody with me?
I do.
No, she don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, she don't.
I do.
No.
I just know in order to get you to go somewhere, it's gotta be on your radar. It's gotta be in deed scope. She ain't gonna
What
go
is
with
my
like
scope? What is not in my scope?
she ain't gonna go with like I'm like, oh D, prime example, D, come on, let's go to Cancun. Black card having something. Let's see what it is. Let's get you in the room so you can see how people move. We can dippity dip dop doody 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 do. The man called on the phone. She wasn't even on the phone.
Did nobody say I don't like to travel? I like to
Listen,
go.
listen,
What
listen. She
I
went.
don't like
Hold on. I'm just my
is
story. I let you
monkeypox.
talk. I let you talk. You
I
let
want
me talk.
monkeypox.
I let you talk.
I don't want
I
corona.
let you talk. You let me talk.
Somebody
This
asked me a
my
question.
story. This my story. D wasn't even on the phone. She was on FaceTime and the guy called and I had it on speakerphone. And I'm looking at her and she over there. I'm like, what is all of that? What are you doing? What is all of that?
People don't understand how you get monkeypox.
And then
I'm a germaphobe.
and then
That's what G is.
well, I said, why you don't want to go to this? I was like, let's just go and see. Let's put our face
That's
in the
not what she
place.
said.
Let's be
That's
with
not
the
what she
people
said.
that's talking about the $1 billion fund.
She just
Let's
went
rock. Let's rock.
the last month.
No, I
The
went
month
to
before
Las
last.
Vegas. I went to Las Vegas. You weren't there. You didn't come to the Black Card event. This is our event where we get a chance to meet all the people who got the $1 billion funds, all the people who got the crypto funds, the real estate funds. We got all the people they're looking to donate to somebody for their
No, it
fund.
wasn't Invest Fest.
Nah,
I
this
wasn't
ain't
going to
Invest Fest.
Invest Fest. I
Nah,
definitely
nah, this
wasn't
not Invest
going.
Fest.
It's not Invest Fest. It's
I'm like D, Cancun.
another group that
We
we
got
are
we
a
got
part of.
membership thing going. Like, what's up, D? Let's go, D.
No,
Here
I'm
go
not.
D.
I've been. Me and Tam have been all over the world together. Don't let
She
it
ain't
fool you.
shy.
I'm not shy. I don't want nobody to touch me. You know how y'all get monkeypox? Y'all must don't know how y'all get monkeypox.
Dion, I was gonna wrap you up in saran wrap and just cut a mouthpiece out for
And
you.
not in Cancun, but I would lose these extra pounds I'm trying to shed too. But
See,
I mean, I don't mind going to Cancun. I just this is where I'm at, right?
put some gloves on in the
It's my
plane.
turn, right? So
You
this is
sitting
where
in
I'm at,
you
right?
sitting in first class. What's the
Corona,
problem?
Corona, you can just be like, hey, hey, hey. Now it's like, hi. You know, like I I want to move and shake, but I don't want to. I don't want people that self-professed huggers. I don't want people all up in my space. Monkeypox. You can sit somewhere. They got cloth. You sit on it. Somebody got it. You don't know they got it. Then you be all broke. I'm trying to wrap my head around that. Like
Well,
it's
how
too
you gonna
much.
go to Cape Town?
It's too much.
Well, how you gonna go to Cape Town?
Because we talked about stuff that I don't want to mention here because I don't want it to be no flex about how we going to Cape Town and what's going to look like in Cape Town
It
and
ain't
how
no flex, but I'm just
I'm a
asking you how
go.
you
I'm
gonna get
not
on the
sure.
flight.
I'm not sure. I ain't worked it out in my head. It sound good. But right
It ain't
now,
no
I'm trying
flex.
to find out what else they gonna unleash. You got polio in New York. You got monkeypox in the water. Like, what else they gonna? Anybody can tell me in the chat what else they didn't release? They releasing all the hounds. What else?
This it's okay. I already booked your flight. You going to Cancun?
Y'all must
So
ain't read the CDC because the CDC. That's it. Thank
that's
you,
okay. It's
thank
okay.
you, Brown Eyes.
It's okay.
CDC.
I went
Y'all
behind your
ain't
back.
ready.
I went
That
behind your
monkey is
back and
different.
booked the flight anyway. So I got you signed up going to Cancun. So you going. So get your get your
You
get
see how she do?
get all your protections ready. Put some round wrap on your body. Then put your clothes on.
Y'all ain't went to. I was like, let me go to the CDC because every time they put things on the LGBTQ community, I be weary about that because that's not fair. So I had to finally go to the CDC because I was like, everything don't start with gay men. That just don't make no sense to me. Gay men cannot be the starters of everything. That CDC had me shook. I was like, oh, you are contagious from the time you catch it until the time it manifests, until the time those scabs fall off. And you come in contact with a person. That's if I see you and I give you a hug and you've been rolling around, you've been hanging out with your crew, hugging and stuff, and they got it. They don't know they got it. That monkey is different.
Dion, let me ask you this.
Don't ask me nothing. You already know how I feel. I'm OCD.
Dion,
OC Dion. OCD.
how can we live an abundance lifestyle?
I'm living in abundance. That's why they have Zoom. I can be in the room. And then I'm gonna get one of them robots. We give me one of them robots, and I be like, "What y'all doing?" Hell no, ain't no hugs. It's about to be lonely for a minute. Ain't no hugs. Ain't no hugs. Ain't no tender kisses. Ain't no cheek to cheek. Ain't no rubbing on noses. No, ain't none of that.
And then y'all be now you know why she the fun police. No chicken
That
pox.
ain't no chicken pox. That ain't no chicken pox. I mean, hey, we went to Cancun. Well, I mean, we went to Cancun in October. We went to
Not
Cancun.
the
We had a
same. This
blast.
ain't the same. I
We
feel
went
like
to
my hair
Cancun
getting
and
short.
had a blast.
I'm gonna
I
feel like
even
my hair
ordered
getting short.
outfits. I was, I had leisure resort wear.
I feel like my hair getting short. It's shrinking. Let me pull that out.
Did you just pick your fro?
Feel like it was getting short.
It's not. Yeah, Station, your daughter has COVID. Yeah, my cousin she got COVID. It was so careful. She got it from her 1-year-old, and I'm like, how he got it? How he is the super spreader? She was like, probably putting them in carts at the grocery store. I'm like, the same carts we wipe off with the thing. You gonna stick them in there? Gave the whole house COVID. A 1-year-old.
So are you so does this mean you're not gonna get on this plane? Do it mean I need to find a substitute for my plane? A
Oh,
substitute?
you gonna work it out? You got it worked out in your head. I'm gonna see how this manifests since you already told on yourself. I got you a ticket anyway. We signed it. You going? You see how she do me?
I'll see what the problem is. I'm still waiting on the issue. How you gonna go
I
to
didn't say
Dublin?
there was no issue.
How you gonna go to Dublin?
You already said we're not going to Dublin. You said you didn't get the paper. We didn't work on the paperwork in time. You said ain't no Dublin. That'll be next
But that
month.
don't mean I can't get plane tickets and I can't go there and get discounts and stuff. What it mean? So that means you ain't going
It's
together?
still the same. It's give me don't hug. We just gonna have to do. I'm just do this. Hi,
That
hi,
you're not answering my question.
later.
How you
Hi.
gonna get on the plane? That's my concern.
I don't know. Hopefully, I'm flying first class in the leather seats, and that I can wipe them off the leather vinyl seats, so I can wipe them off. But that cloth stuff that's been wrapped up on you, like no, I travel with sprays.
You can't spray the cloth seats down.
No, if I have to spray the cloth seat down, I have to bring the Lysol. You can only bring so much Lysol on the plane in the little thing. You got to wait 10 minutes for it to actually penetrate to kill the germs. So I have to have priority boarding so I can go ahead and do that and let it marinate before I sit down. Or I got to do like Naomi Campbell and just have me something on the seat, or you can do that. But I'd rather the plane have like something I can wipe down. And I know it's more people like me because I sat next to the lady on the other side of the aisle in the plane. She had a mask on. I had a mask on. She had gloves on. I didn't even have gloves on. And we took out our wipes and was. And guess who's been COVID free? Me and you. COVID free. We ain't picked up no stragglers, no strugglers, not a cold, not a cough, not pink eye, nothing. You see what I got to deal with? This is what I got to deal with. This, this. I hope you snap your neck. Fucking shitty friend. Fucking shitty friend. I swear.
Oh, be over this
So
man red white on
and
the
she be the first one. And what's so funny is she gonna be the first one to be like, "Can I get one of those wipes?" This is her. This is her. Can I get one of?
I know
Can
I
I get
don't
one
have
of
to
those
carry
wipes?
it. You got enough for the whole plane.
You damn right. When you get out for gas, who got gloves?
You got enough for the
Me.
whole
You
plane.
don't know where you didn't drop your mask in the street. Who got a mask? Me. I don't worry about none of that. I'm prepared. I don't worry about nothing. Nothing. If I don't want to go, I don't go. If I want to go, I go.
You're going. You ain't got no choice. Your ticket is in your name. Get your clear thing going. You ain't. It ain't about you.
Why? Why isn't it about
It's
one
not
time?
about you.
One time can it be about me? One time?
No.
One time.
You just had a mad rant. I let you go on forever about your
Thank you. Thank you for
OCDness.
allowing the space for D to breathe and
Huh.
tell why I ain't going.
Well, I don't know why you keep saying you're not going when you're going.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You need that shit
Cancun.
over.
Ooh.
You need that.
Cancun. Ooh. Cancun. Ooh. Cancun. Ooh.
Being around. I don't get germs.
Cancun. Ooh. Cancun. Ooh.
I'm the YOLO friend.
I'm the YOLO friend.
She ain't the YOLO.
She the YOLO friend in the box.
Who had you topless in St. Bart's?
Girl, the only reason why you went topless in St. Bart's is because that's what they want to do, and that's the
It's
only reason.
France.
Because I
It's
would go.
France.
You can go topless,
When in
and
France, you
you can
do
go
it
to
as
the
a
nude. It's
French.
a nudist beach in Miami. You can go topless.
I'm
You
not.
can get
I do that out the countries.
you can do
Not here.
you
They're
can
not
be
gonna get me on Hollander Beach.
you
No,
can be butt
no,
booty naked
no,
in
no,
Miami.
no,
We going to
no,
Miami,
no,
Miami,
no. I'm
Miami.
out the
We
country.
going
I
to
got a stamp
Miami,
for that.
Miami.
Mm-mm. They not. If that's the case,
You
I
can
can
be
go to
just
some
like
old
you can
nudie
be like
club and be
be
up the
you can
street.
be like be you can be like babe. I'm feeling sexy. Move across the floor. You can be just
Hey,
like
no, word from our sponsor.
yeah.
He's so freaking stupid. Where's
You can
our
be,
sponsor?
you can be. Hey, everybody, welcome to Women in Linux. I am Tam, and Dee is in the background. And we just want to share with you some of the perks of being here on our channel. All right, so first things first, if you want to connect with us on social media, connect with us anywhere on social media at Women in Linux. If that's just too much for you, you can always come and find us on womeninlinux.org. And if that's not enough, we have even more perks where you can hit the connect button. Once you hit connect button, you put your email address in here. And once you put your email address in here, it'll connect with us in our Slack group. We have tons of resources in our Slack group. People looking for jobs, people just looking for advice, people looking for information, and so forth, right? So, again, this is Slack, it's not Discord. So on with using Slack, warn you, it is resource heavy. So you may need to use either the web browser or if you're on your phone, you should be fine. But if you're on your desktop, and we know most of you connect on your computer, it's easier to open it up in your web browser so it doesn't take up so much memory or so many processes and so forth. That's just an FYI. That's how I use it. Okay. And if you would like to shop with us, we still have our stuff from our 5 year stuff. Still good. We're working on more T-shirts. No, no estate, no date. We're still working on that. But again, if you want to shop and you want to get some merch, feel free to come here and get some merch. Again, if you come over here and click on all products, you'll see on all the products that we have, from hoodies to masks and so forth and so on. Right. And if that isn't good enough for you, you can donate. You can always donate with your time. You can donate with your money. So, how do you donate with your time? You donate with your time by saying, hey, I would like to do a presentation, or I like to volunteer on helping us grow the channel. You retweet, you share this with other members. In fact, for those of you that come here every single week, we know you come here every single week and you don't subscribe. That helps us grow the channel. That helps us get more content to you. Hey, research isn't easy. I'm not getting paid to do research. I wish it was at a university, but hey, I'm bringing this to you, right? I'm bringing this to you and us and for others, right? So if that doesn't work, you can always donate on PayPal by clicking the donate button. Once you hit the donate button, you have your own denominations in which you can donate. And if that doesn't work to you, for you can always reach out to D and you can cut a check and send a check. That works for us as well. All right. So, what are some other things that we actually do have as well? Right. So, we have a discount with IT Pro TV. You get 30% off. I've used IT Pro TV myself. I've done interviews with them. I'll pull those up as well too. But as you can see, I'm logging into IT Pro TV. What are the benefits here? You need to learn how you learn. So, one of the things you can do in IT Pro TV, you can come over here, you can click on courses, and it gives you a list of courses that's separating them out by certification and also separate them out by learning paths. You're like, Tamika, what does that mean? My four basic principles or my four basic foundations of skill sets that you should have is Linux. You should also have an automation tool, whether it's Terraform or Ansible. You should know at least a cloud. I don't care. Pick either one. And finally, last but not least, security. And security comes in multiple forms: security of the operating system, security of the application, and also security of containers, right? And cloud security. So it's multiple facets when we're talking about security. Those are your four basics that you're going to need to to get you a job and then move you up. All right. And we're going to talk about our membership here in another video, but I just want to get this out to you. All right. So that's 30% off of IT Pro TV. And last but not least, our Calendly. We have set up for our Calendly. Let me pull that up. I think I have it saved in my browser here, so I can just go straight to it. If not, I'll get it from D here. Here we go, right here. All right. So with Calendly, we have one-on-one sessions. That's where you get to talk to either me or D, and you can request either one. But where you get to talk to us in a one-on-one session, right? Interview prep. Some of you are getting ready for interviews, or you've never interviewed before. We want to prep you for an interview. Resume review. Let's go over what you have, or let's pull all your skills together. Let's get things formatted properly. Let's get everything going. And last but not least, career assessment. What is your journey? What could it look like? What could you be going through? What are your next steps? Some of you are transitioning, some of you are not, some of you are looking to transition, and some of you are just trying to figure out what is your next step. So, by saying all of this, we want you to enjoy your time here at Women in Linux. And also, as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the share button, and last but not least, thank yourself that you actually did it. I don't know why we had a word from our sponsor. That turns
It
down.
was time. We've been
I
on this. We've been
echoing.
online for almost, huh?
You were echoing.
Oh, we've been online. I haven't done anything. We've been online for almost an hour.
Did we need a word from our sponsor?
Yes, it was time. It was time
No,
for a
it was
word
the
from our
is
sponsor. We have been on for almost an hour with your shenanigans. With your shenanigans. So, I
I'm
had to get us back
feeling
on track.
sexy. It's what it is. Cancun it is. I saw somebody say we need a ladies trip. I don't know where we're going.
We
Cape
are
Town?
we are planning a retreat. However, you already know my vices. I was clear, not a thing. I just want to make sure that the retreat is safe for everyone.
Is the retreat in the States or out of state?
Oh, it's out the state, unless
Oh,
it's in Florida. I mean, I can do Florida because we can get a little, it's tropical here. It's warmer longer, but I want something out of the states, but I also want to make it reasonable for
Jamaica,
people as well.
Bahamas, Jamaica.
I'm not sure. I'm
No,
not
I'm
sure.
asking. I'm asking like that out of state. Would you consider that? I
I,
like.
I, I think something Caribbean esque. I mean, I like boats, but I'm like, I need to be on land. I can only do boat for a little bit of boat, you know, back on. But I don't know. Some little
Or
villa
just do
somewhere with a little
or just,
chef
or
and some.
just a party in Miami on a yacht.
No, that's a party in Miami on the yacht. Like, little villa stuff. I mean, that could be at night. You get dressed up, wear your purple, and you know, go put your good things on, shine, grease your legs up,
Um,
put on your coconut oils and stuff. I've never been to Jamaica, so Jamaica it can be, but I think we have resources in other on other islands that are probably be better. So like I said, I'm definitely the more bang for your buck, but we do um have friends that are in
here's what I think. Here's what I was thinking, like a boat like this or something like that. What you think?
I'm staying alive, I'm staying alive, I'm staying alive.
yeah, they ain't getting on that. We don't even know where that's at.
Yeah.
That's not even a real boat.
Try me 100 times.
That's a concept
Wanted
boat.
me
That's
to
not
lie,
real, Tamika.
wanted me to die.
Hey,
I'm
Natasha.
staying alive. Try me 100 times. Wanted me to lie, wanted me
See,
to
you got to
cry,
follow the
wanted me to
yacht guy,
die.
right? The yacht guy.
I know you follow the yacht guy, so I follow the yacht guy, but I don't think that's a real yacht. I think that is a concept yacht.
I mean, you get a rental, and go out,
But I don't mind doing something like that, as long as we,
put we
don't,
could we could be
close enough where we
we
not
could be
hiding
on
in
one
the
of
apartment.
these.
want a triple triple, you know, riding in my Fiat. You really have to.
Pull up in Monaco somewhere. I don't know. So look, this is what we're gonna do because D not gonna go nowhere. She gonna put it all together, and we're gonna leave D.
Is that what y'all gonna
Who all? No. We
do?
leaving D.
Is that what's
Yeah,
gonna happen?
yeah. Because you got too many reservations and hesitations.
No, I don't have reservations and hesitation.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave D here, or if she go, we just gonna saran wrap her.
I'm gonna be on the robot.
No, we're gonna put you in the
I'm gonna
wheelchair,
come around the corner and be like, "What y'all doing?"
and we're gonna put you in
And I'm
saran
like,
wrap.
"Pour me a drink."
Yeah.
And the robot is gonna be like with the tray to go out.
We're gonna put you in saran wrap, and we're gonna go, and we going. So this is what we're gonna do. All that want to go, we're gonna make a channel in Slack for the retreat, for the women in Linux retreat. Bring, if you married, bring your husband
He's
and
not one
bring
of
your
those people.
wife.
Leave him at
No,
home.
no, I want people to be comfortable with going because I know how I get. That see, this the
We ain't
fun
even going
police.
that long for
This
you to
the
bring a
fun
husband.
police. We're going for three or 4 days, Dion. Stop. 3 or 4 days, right? And if you don't want to bring nobody, that's cool.
Then she said girls trip.
I didn't
That's the type
say,
of friend to
hey,
bring her man
hey,
to the girls
hey.
trip.
I said, I know how people are. Bring your thing, right?
Y'all
I
got
know
one of them
people.
friends that bring her man on the girls trip. Y'all be like y'all going out, he be sitting up there.
No, Dion, we're not talking about that. You act like you act like it's only one trip. We
I
do
don't
have
know what it is.
okay.
I don't know
Okay.
what it is I'm planning that I'm calling Miss Pam to plan.
Exactly. You ain't doing nothing but calling Miss Pam.
I don't know what's going on.
So I want to leave it open for the men who are part of Women in Linux to come to a retreat. They may bring their significant
Well,
other,
you said husbands.
men, husband, whatever the case may
This
be.
is this the first one should be for the ladies. Ladies,
Why?
do you agree? Am I shutting out the men's effort? I mean, we are,
I
but
mean, why? But why got to be for the ladies?
it don't have to be. I'm just here
Why
so I
can't
don't
we?
get
Why can't
fined.
we do 2 trips?
I'm just here so I don't get fined. We can do a lot of trips. We can do a trip every year. We can do a trip, a conference, a mini cons,
You said every year. We talking about. I'm talking about 2 by the end of this year.
or we gonna all come to Colorado.
No, we can do a Women in Linux meetup next. Well, the week after that in Florida. All you need to do is
All in
make.
favor for Colorado say aye. It's the middle. We get our West Coast, our East Coast, and we just go to Colorado.
You can do that too. But I think well, it's hot out here. Shit, it was like 102 yesterday. It's hot. So it's whatever. Y'all tell me. We're gonna make a channel in the Slack.
Well, how did it go from you making a channel to me?
I said we are going to make. I'm delegating to you to make the channel
Don't
in
why?
Slack.
Why? You won't even give me administrator rights, but you delegated some Slack stuff to me. I need admin rights to create that
Not to
channel.
make a channel, you don't.
I-
No, you don't. Okay, I'm over you. All right, so let's get
You
busy.
gonna hang up on me too? That's how she usually do me.
So let's get busy. All right. So for what we have now, we'll move D to the background. All right. So the scholarships. So let's get busy. All right. So first things first. Companies are desperate for cybersecurity workers. More than 700 positions need to be filled. 700,000, sorry, 700 positions. 700,000 positions need to be filled. All right. So with those 700,000 positions need to be filled, let's do a deep dive off into that. We already know when it comes to cybersecurity, that's kind of broad, right? That's a very broad term. So we could talk about application uh, s- uh, security, cloud security, container security, compliance. You can also start talking about the different penetration testing, the different teams, red team, blue team, purple team, gray hackers, white. When I say white hackers, I mean ones that's on a white hacking team. Then you got the dark side, right? Black hackers, gray, white, black, and I think there's one more. And then you got uh, security at rest, security in motion, encryption of data. Oh yeah, white hat. Yeah. So we got our different things that we need to secure in terms of our infrastructure. Uh, PII. If I don't know if you all are familiar with the CIA triad, says it begin right here, right? Confidentiality and integrity and availability. You if you took the security plus or know anything about security, this actually comes up all the time. The CIA triad, right? And let me blow that up for you. Uh, confidentiality, integrity, availability, right? The three CIA triad principles. Well, each of these letters represent a foundational principle in cybersecurity. The importance of the CIA triad security model speaks for itself. Confidentiality, integrity, availability together are considered the three most important concepts within information security. Considering these three principles together within the framework of the triad can help guide the development of policies for organizations. When evaluating needs, use cases for potential needs, products, technologies, the triad helps organizations ask focused questions about how value is being provided in those three key areas, right? And they go on to give videos to help that and a little further explanations on the CIA triad, right? Another thing to note about just the CIA triad. Let me go over here to Sands real quick. And let me log in real quick. Mm-mm. I want to bring up some stuff. Mm, go home. I want to go to resources. I want to go to, yeah, this is what I want, security policies. All right, so here I went to my Sands account and I want to build this out right here. So what you'll find in a lot of organizations, right, when we're talking about cybersecurity, right, across the board, you're gonna find people that are you're gonna find like if you're trying to get SOC 2 type 2 compliant, or if you need to get HIPAA compliant, or you need to get PCI DSS compliant, just any type of rules and regulations that you need to achieve and meet, you're gonna find that you need to set policies in place, and then you need to execute those policies using certain tools that say that I'm actually doing this, and then you got to provide evidence of that, right? So when you got like acceptable encryption policy, acceptable use policy, acquisition assessment, clean desk, data breach response policy. Let me go to the third page here. Incident and response. We saw a position that was an incidents and response for blockchain, and I think that job was paying like 2 million. I don't know if you all remember that from last week, right? So being able to look at maybe um, uh, a machine got hacked or an account got hacked, or and being able to remediate that, right? You gotta handle the incidents and response. So my suggestion to you is let me go to Safari. Um, and we're gonna look at a book called if you look up information security. Information security. Um, so books like these, The Foundations of Information Security, Christina Murillo, you can follow her on Twitter for when it talks about 97 things about information security professionals. Um, I don't want to say get the Python, but for automated information security, because you can do that. But what I'm simply saying is find out about what the general basis of information security is. And then once you get into understanding like what the baseline of information security is, then you can come back here and look at like there's like I say, incidents and response. There are people who work just strictly on compliance. There are people that do compliance and um uh and data science together. There are people that only look at the security controls from a higher level. Are you putting these things in place? Let me look up a SOC 2 type 2 uh the probably one is saying to compliance uh, worksheet. So you can kind of just get a feel for a worksheet, right? Hopefully, I don't have to download them here. I just want a one online that I can look at. Let me look at the Excel sheet, and I may go back to what you call it and grab one. Oh, here we go, one right here I can look at. Oh yeah, it's perfect. Um, can I make it bigger? Do I have to do something? Sure. Probably got a virus on it. Hope not. Didn't I say save? I did. It keep coming up. Look at that. Look at that. All right. Here we go. Where we at? Where's my mouse? Oh, here we go. This is ISO 27001. All right, that's fine. We still get the gist of what I'm attempting to show you. Can I make this bigger? Yeah, I'm gonna 200. Okay, that should be big on the screen. I'll zoom in at 300. Yeah, 300 is good. All right, so here we got the organization shall determine external and internal issues that are relevant to the purpose and the effect is, and that affect its ability to achieve intended outcome of information security management. And so now you got mandatory requirement, and then what that status is, and then do you have documents, evidence again of doing that. But what we find is, and this is where DevSecOps, the whole SRE conversation comes about, is how do we have this type of security in place from end to end throughout the development life cycle to the time the application was deployed, and also how do we put checks in place or tests in place to make sure that that's actually happening, and if it's going to be a violation that may come up, right? We have that ability. So things like and this is why I wanted to show something here. Let me get logged in. um Let me get logged into my Terraform Cloud account. um, Maybe on the other one. Let me see. Right, it's on that one. Okay, so um let me go to my settings. Is it in here? Policies. So Sentinel for Terraform Cloud, or I should say for Terraform Enterprise and Terraform Cloud. There's two different products. Terraform Enterprise is you can download it. You can download the actual package and have it on prem and not in the cloud. And then you have Terraform Cloud. Why am I showing you this? So I'm showing you this because I can create new policies here. So let's go and I'm just creating new policy, right? And basically, as you see this, I can give it a policy name, I can give it a description, and I can set up my what how I want to enforce, and then I can put in my policy as code, what my policy needs to meet. In our case, our policy that we may need to be meet, and this is going out. In this case, we're going out to deploy to AWS, but I can have something in here that says, "Hey, people who are in this group can't deploy these type of services in their particular VPC because of whatever reason X, Y, and Z, right? Or it needs to be approved by blah 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 blah, right?" All right. So when we're talking about policy as code, as you see here, let me go back. I could go over here and see Sentinel documentation. So right here, when we're talking about automation, cybersecurity, DevSecOps, SRE, um, data encryption, data at rest. Like I could put in checks and balances in my code before as my code gets deployed, right? I could put checks and balances in it and say, hey, this person is getting ready to deploy in this VPC, but they don't have tags. We're not going to let them deploy. This person is going to be deploying in this instance in this VPC. They don't have encryption turned on. We're not going to deploy. Hey, this person doesn't have these things here, so we're not going to deploy these. We're not going to allow them to deploy until they meet our security standards, right? Whatever that security standard that you have set for that particular VPC, for that particular group, for that company, for that customer, however you want to slice that, right? So Sentinel is a language and framework for policy built to be embedded in existing software to enable fine-grained logic-based policy decision. A policy describes under what circumstances certain behaviors are allowed. Sentinel is an enterprise only feature of HashiCorp Console, Nomad, Terraform, and Vault. And then they have you can learn how to write policies for Sentinel, right? So if I do right here, I click getting started, and then I can go down here and do the install on my CLI, and then start making my first rules. Let's begin with a basic policy. So let's back up. Writing a Sentinel policy requires minimal programming experience. The Sentinel language is designed to be approachable and learned quickly and easily, whether you're a professional programmer or someone who uses SQL or Excel. So it's real easy to catch on and learn. So let me blow that up because that looks a little small. All right, so let's begin by by writing a simple policy. You can see this policy says hour equals to 4. We're setting a variable named hour, and we're letting that hour be equal to 4. And it says the main rule is hour, which in this case we can place with 4, is greater than or equal to 0, and hour greater than, less than 12. That this is a valid policy. It will pass since we hard coded the hour equal to 4 in a real time system. Hour may be something that is provided to us, actually set to the current hour. We will learn more about that later. For now, when we try to run this policy locally, because you can run it locally, because you can download and install Sentinel and get practice with your actual coding of as policy. It says save the above example in a policy called policy.sentinel and execute it. The then modify the policy to make it fail. So they execute and say, okay, yeah, it passed. This passes, right? It means it checks out, it's done. So now it says every policy, and they breaking down the setup of it. Every Sentinel policy must have a main rule. That is the rule that is evaluated to determine the result of the policy. A rule describes an expression that generally means one or two things. Does a policy pass a condition that will authorize an operation? In our above example, a policy checks the supply hour for its authorized time window between 0 and midnight and 12 noon. Right? Conversely, a policy may find violations, right? Somebody did something, no, violation, send you an email, then you can be like, well, what you trying to do? What is it that you're trying to do, right? So again, when we're talking about policy, compliances code, uh, your certain formats of your code. If your code is not formatted properly, or you're not creating documentation from your code, you're not creating that. We can set all those policies up. You can do policies inside of GitLab. You can do, not with Sentinel, but just in general. Just you can do policies in GitLab. You can do policies in your pipeline. You can do policies for your GitLab runners, your GitHub actions, and so forth. So get used to, like, if you're in this cyber realm, get used to this. All right. So that's just an overview of like the whole security gamut. Like, I didn't do a deep dive, but you got an idea, right? All right, so back over here, it said the need for cybersecurity professionals has been growing rapidly, ever even faster than companies can hire, and the demand is expected to continue. The number of field cybersecurity jobs worldwide grew 350% between 2013 and 2021, from 1 million to 3.5 million, according to Cybersecurity Ventures. The industry researcher also predicts that in 5 years, the number of jobs will still be open. All right. The U.S. Uh, the U.S. In the U.S. there are about 1 million cybersecurity workers, but there are 715,000 jobs yet to be filled as of November of 2021. All right. According to the report by, I guess, MC Burning Glass, um, now called Lightcast, a market research company, is if so many bodies are needed to fill seats in cybersecurity roles, then what's the holdup on companies and universities preparing future professionals to take these jobs? There's no one answer to this question, right? Keep going. Cybersecurity jobs see the skill requirements evolve for more rapidly than many other fields. Markow, who specializes in cybersecurity job market research, explains cybersecurity jobs by nature more than likely to fuse together skill sets that from desperate domains, right? From different domains all over, right? If you think about it, every new technology has a digital component, and every technology with a digital component needs a digital security component. Why difficult to fill cybersecurity roles? Well, your CISSP is one thing, but having your CISSP and your cloud cert or your cloud security cert together with that makes you more lethal. right? Which is required for top level security roles that are high in demand and have high salaries. Let me click on that. Let's see what it say. Yeah, average CISSP salary. Okay. I said, and it says and it says it's to a tune about 120. Even if you have undergrad or graduate degrees in cybersecurity, computer science, or an adjacent field, there may not be enough to land certain jobs in the industry. Talents needed. They go more into what different type of talent in different locations. You PwC, EY, Booz Allen Hamilton, KPMG, financial services are always hiring for cybersecurity people. Deloitte is always hiring. Deloitte always have good numbers. Let me say that they have good numbers. Like I'm not talking about getting a cyber job for 100,000. I mean they got good numbers like 180, 200, 300. That those kind of numbers. Right? Then they talk about the security plus and so forth. Let's go over here and see what they talk about on this CISSP requirements, average salary. Thank you for pop ups. Average salary 119 in 2022, and then Zip Recruiter gave an average of 125. Simply Learn gave an average of 116. Right? And that's on average, but here's around the country. Arkansas 140, San Fran 141, California 148, in Richmond 158, in San Mateo, right? You don't need a master's degree for Deloitte. You do not need a master's degree for Deloitte. You just need to apply. All right, so they're making big money and how to earn 139,000 as a nurse. So I kind of I know we got people that come to us from a nursing background or they want to stay in nursing or they're not sure. I have that. I'm gonna just read off some of these headlines real quick. How to get free cybersecurity training from industry leader IBM. Cybersecurity hiring remains red hot. The industry surpasses 400 billion market size by 2027. This page not found. It is supposed to be, yeah, it's the same one. Right. All right. I'm gonna go back over those, but let me get through these scholarships too. Evaluate scholarship application to support the Black community. Meta is providing free training, resources, and $100,000 in scholarship to help Black businesses and job seekers help job seekers build skills and they need to succeed. These scholarships enable recipients to take Meta certified digital marketing associate exam and community exam at no cost. Once you earn a Meta certification, you gain access to 100 companies to hire skilled, talent through the Meta Career Jobs Board. Employment opportunities include jobs at Meta, BBDO, Havas Media Group, Group M, and more. Click here if you are interested. They have a set of eligibility requirements to receive this scholarship, to this particular scholarship. Applicants must identify as Black and reside in the United States. I love that, and I love that there. You must identify as. I identify as as broke today. I am broke. I don't know how you identify as Black. I'm not sure. I'm not sure on that. Right? Do you need to be a U.S. citizen? You do not need to be a U.S. citizen. Do I need to be enrolled as a student at an academic tuition? No. The scholarship is open to all Black learners. Do I need to provide any documents in order to apply? No, meaning that if I identify as Black, I can apply. Doesn't matter the color I am, it's just as long as I identify as. Our scholarships is to disperse $100,000, $100,000, $100,000 scholarships over the course of 3 years as of June 22, as announced here, right? D has the link for the scholarships. I would post them in the Slack group, D, in the scholarship section. Keep it simple in case somebody else comes along or whatnot. Okay, let me blow this up. Looking for a scholarship to fully fund your graduate degree. Here are 10. Thomas R. Pickering Graduate Foreign Affairs Fellowship. Paul Daisy Soros Fellowship for New Americans, up to 90,000 for 2 years. The Rotary Foundation Global Grant Scholarship. The Schwartzman Scholarship. The Marshall Scholarship. The Chris R. Rangel International Affairs Fellowship. Cyber Corps Scholarship for Service, a unique design to increase the strength, the cadre of federal information assurance professionals that protect the government's information infrastructure. The Robertson Foundation of Government Service, the Gates Cambridge, the Rhodes Scholarship, and more. Let me see if anybody put anything down here yet. All these are sourced from Pro Fellow, and he gives the link for Pro Fellow, and you can go there and look that up. But those that want to continue to get your master's, and you want some support for your, I mean, not your master's, but your maybe your PhD, and you're looking for support financially, there's an option. Um, do you want these so you can post them, or you gonna post them in the chat? And I'm pulling you back up, D. I'm adding you to the stream. You posting these in the chat? You on mute.
I thought you said Slack
I said, did you want to post them in the chat? You never answered. So
because I thought you said Slack. She's going to post them in Slack. That'll be better. I thought you asked your own question.
it'll be better, but did you want to post them in the chat as
I'll
well?
post them in Slack.
Let me remove you. Okay, she's posting them in Slack. We're gonna remove Dave. The farm police is going down. She's oh girl going down. Man down. That's all right. We're gonna saran wrap you and bring you to Cancun. We're gonna saran. Don't shoot me no birds. I'll, I'll post them in Slack. Oh, I'll post them in Slack. You see that? See what I gotta deal with? That mean you hungry? You hungry? All right. So, not that one. Not that one. Oh, this one here. Atlanta educator to launch a Web3 nonprofit serving marginalized communities. Junior that says Bernardin, a former STEM educator, looks to launch his new nonprofit focused on Web3 by the end of the year. This came out July 29th. It was updated 8/1/2022 as NFT and Web3 emerge as influential part of the modern economy. Atlanta educator Junior wants marginalized communities to be more than just consumers in the space. I've always focused on areas where people are feeling underrepresented, and Web3 unfolds, we see people of color, women, and Hispanics falling behind again. Said Bernardin, you can talk about assets, you can talk about resources, you can talk about ability for people who have a little bit of money, but how many places are actually educating our people? Well, I think I do. We try to do a good job. Uh, you get the Slack from womeninlinux.org. Did you not see the word from our sponsor? Okay, so you go to womeninlinux.org and hit connect. Right. Using Web3 to close the racial gap. And about his nonprofit. And we'll can post this inside of the actual. What is this on the arm? Is that a heart monitor or something like that? Take the blood pressure. Anyway, we'll post this inside of Slack as well too. All right. Close. That's research. Yeah, we should talk about that. Okay. So I'm gonna work backwards. Let's do this video and then we'll go back. Yeah. All right, yeah, let's do this video real quick. Because a lot of people ask about do I need coding skills to be a AWS cloud, AWS solutions architect, or what is it, or what have you. So let's get into this real quick.
For 2 years now, and the one question that I've been asked over 100 times on this channel is, do I need coding skills to learn AWS and land a job as a solutions architect? So I started off at AWS as an intern in 2020 with 0 certifications and a pretty basic level of coding experience. At the time, I had 2 goals: build my skills in AWS through certifications and land a job as a solutions architect after my internship. I honestly had the same doubts at the time. I was thinking, do I need to learn Python and Java before I even start studying for AWS certifications? And if I do land a job as a solutions architect, am I going to be expected to know how to code? So as someone who has now gotten 5 AWS certifications and is working full-time as an associate solutions architect, I decided to make this video to help you understand whether or not you need to learn how to code before you start studying for AWS certifications and becoming a solutions architect. I've also asked some more senior solutions architects at AWS to provide their input, so make sure you stay until the end of this video to get a full understanding. Okay, so the short answer is no. You don't really need to know how to code to learn AWS and become a solutions architect. The long answer is it really depends. Now let me tell you why. To understand this, you'll need to know what a solutions architect actually does. An AWS solutions architect is a trusted technical advisor for customers as they go along their journey with using the cloud. On a day-to-day basis, solutions architects could be performing architecture reviews, providing recommendations to customers based on their business and technical goals, or just helping customers understand AWS better by running workshops and speaking at conferences. So from my personal experience as a solutions architect at AWS, I would say that we're rarely required to sit down and code up a full application. We provide high-level architectural advice to the customers rather than inspecting the company's application code. Having a coding background might have been something you've seen in job descriptions as a preferred qualification, but it's not a strong prerequisite for being an AWS solutions architect. All that being said though, many solutions architects at AWS do come from a technical background. So for example, they were previously a software developer in another company, and they like to use coding to help customers better visualize the solution. For example, if a solutions architect is recommending a customer build a 3-tier web application using Amazon EC2, they could code the front end to show customers a landing page of what the website will look like. As an AWS solutions architect, building these kinds of proof of concepts can be beneficial, but if you don't know how to code, you can also leverage existing resources and blueprints to demonstrate the solution to your customer. Coding honestly is not too important when it comes to being an AWS solutions architect. I'll be making another video very soon on the top skills required to become an effective solutions architect, so make sure you subscribe to this channel to stay updated. Now you might be wondering, okay, so if coding is not required to become a solutions architect, how about for AWS certifications? Do I need coding knowledge to prepare for my cloud practitioner or solutions architect associate exam? If we look at the exam guide, you'll see that programming and coding isn't mentioned at all. Instead, the focus is on the ability to design and implement distributed systems on AWS. Of course, coding skills will come in handy when you're learning about AWS services that do require coding. For example, AWS Lambda, which is a serverless compute service that runs code in response to events and triggers. But AWS certifications will mainly test you on features of these services and how they can be used alongside other AWS services to help users meet technical and business requirements. So long story short, if you know how to code in Python or Java, it will be helpful when you come across services like AWS Lambda, but it's not something you need to know before preparing for an AWS certification. And just to make sure what I'm saying is not completely untrue or super biased, I've asked the opinion of some of my colleagues to provide their perspectives on whether coding is required. I don't think coding is a prerequisite, but it definitely helps. If you're designing a solution for a customer and you're familiar with the ins and outs of how the different parts might be built, it will help you make more informed decisions. AWS is a big platform. We have lots of services that don't require coding. Knowing how to code will definitely help you better relate to customers who are very technical. But because you won't be expected to build any production systems for the customers, you can get away with not knowing much coding. So, in summary, you don't need to learn a programming language before you start your cloud learning journey and becoming a solutions architect. However, coding can help students better understand the AWS platform and enable solutions architects to build stronger relationships with customers. All right, so this brings us to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a like.
Cool. So now you have an idea, right? A lot of people ask this question all the time, like, do I need to code in order to be a cloud, to have my cloud cert? It helps, but you don't need to do that. It's not like, oh, if you logged into AWS, it's just like, if I want to do, let me go to Cloud Academy. Let's go to Cloud Academy. Let me log in. Bicycles. Do. And if you look at, let's browse the library. And let's look at GCP. And let's look at learning paths. And let's go look at the GCP Google Google Professional Cloud Architect exam. 17 hours. And let's look at everything that's in here. India K8, thank you for becoming a member. We appreciate you. All right, so we got the overview of Google Cloud Platform. Oh, I failed that one. Working with Google Cloud Storage from console, starting a virtual machine on Google Cloud, a Windows virtual machine, inspecting and de-identifying data with Google Cloud data loss prevention, Google Cloud Platform systems operation. They have a then you see they got labs for it, right? Designing a Google Cloud infrastructure. To show details here. You got a introduction, then you get a case study, and then you got to go out and build and map and get these services up and running, right? And mapping these services. Right? Improve cloud SQL infrastructure using high availability, managing encryption keys with Google Cloud KMS. What is KMS? Rotating keys, managing GKE and App Engine, deploying containerized applications on Google on GKE, Firestore and Data Store, BigQuery, Google Big, structure and analyze data with Google BigQuery, optimizing it, managing your GCP infrastructure, connecting the GCE instances, Linux with SSH, then the Google Cloud Networking Challenge, scaling applications, and so forth. So that's about that course, right? No programming in that. Let's go back and then let's look at AWS. Learning paths. And you got AWS Solution Architect Associate. All right, let's go down here. Compute, creating your first instance, your Linux instance, auto scaling, networking, Lambda, get a knowledge check. It's a 20 minutes long. I would say let's do it, but it's 20 minutes long. Configuring a static website with S3 and CloudFront. Introduction to electric file system. networking, a VPC. What is it? Setting up public and private subnets. What else you could do with a VPC and whatnot? Basically, a data center. Create your first Amazon RDS, introductions to DynamoDB. What are availabilities on edge location, regional edge caches, and the list goes on. I don't want to go through that whole list, but you get an idea of like what you're going to be learning and doing. And they also set up labs and stuff for you, right? So I say all that to say, in here, if I went, let me go through this. Let's go here to security, right? Staying on topic here. You have IT security fundamentals, AWS security identity and compliance. We also have Azure services for security engineers, the security certification preparation for AWS, the AZ 500. I think I saw that for free this week. Somebody was giving out that for free this week. Google Cloud security, and exam preparation, cyber network fundamentals, and the CISSP certification prep. But just again, every single one of these clouds has their own thing you should be using. But they all fall under the NIST guidelines and best practices. So if you're not familiar with NIST guidelines for cloud security, I suggest you come over here and look at that framework because they all fall under that framework. And that's something you should be adhering by anyway as a company and even as a developer and even as an engineer who uses the space. I would look at that framework just so you're very familiar with it, and go from there because you're really gonna need that. All right. All right, so let's go back. Let me see. I'm gonna start closing these down so I know where I'm at with sharing information here. I don't, yeah. And let me see if there's anything else on that worksheet that I want to share. Hold on, let me bring it back. Bring it back over. Hold on. Yeah, right here. Determining the scope of information security management system, leadership and commitment. And you can see they're divided up by titles here: leadership, planning, address actions to address the risk and the opportunity, right? Um, the organization shall plan actions to address these risks and opportunities, right? Information security risk assessment, right? You got to give an assessment: what's acceptable, what's not, what could you have done differently, and so forth. Information security risk treatment, information security objectives and plans to achieve them, uh, resource competence. I don't know if some of you have gotten have ever went through an audit where people come in and audit the environment, and they may pull you over and ask you, uh, do you know, who's your security officer and who you should contact? You can get a free voucher to take exam. Yep, yep, yep. I know if somebody was out there giving away some free stuff. Creating and updating, control of documented information, operational planning and control, information security risk, and then on some of them they have pen testing, threat testing, insider threat, security monitoring of the system, container security, cluster security, encryption security. Uh, in terms of are the machines encrypted at rest, and is the data transferred over TLS, SSL, or something like that? Is that encrypted? How often are the certificates getting rotated out? How often are keys getting rotated out? All of these things all come into play that you should know about. Just as general. I know you're like, Tamika, you asking me to know a lot. You just over time, you just gonna start knowing it. You're gonna do it and be like, that was the error. That's something I need to know. I know how to fix it, and you're just gonna keep it moving. It's just gonna at one point, it's just gonna be osmosis to you. Trust me. You'll be like, oh, I got it now. I know what to do now. See, Papa, all sinners, all saints ain't sinners. Papa, look at D in the back. All right. So back to these over here.
They
Okay,
can't see me in the back.
I know they can't. That's why I said look
Don't
at.
deny them me. Don't deny the people me.
I didn't remove her. She just removed herself. All right. So here we go. They're making big money and how to earn 139,000 as a nurse. A career in nursing can be lucrative, although that may not have always been the case. While C-19 pandemic truly did a number on the healthcare system at large, nurses saw many of their colleagues move on to other jobs, other lines of work, and provided them with a key benefit: higher pay. Right. So it says that RNs in the U.S. earned a median income of 77,000. The most recent data available from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and the highest earning RNs earn more than 120,000, right? And it says, but some nurses are pulling in significantly more. In fact, nurses in various advanced practices such as nurse midwives, nurse anesthesiasts, and nurse practitioners earn a nearly 124 per year. Government figures show, and in 2021, nursing trends and salaries had increased. It said 4,500 nurses surveyed earned between 80,000 to 139,000. Now I know some nurses out there they're pulling in 150, 200 from what I'm hearing, right? But again, that's traveling nurses, and then there's other things that go along with that and so forth, right? So I just want to put that out there in case somebody's like, Tamika, you always talking about tech, even though this is tech space. I just want to give you options on other things that you can do. Hi D,
I,
you look sad back there. You sad?
I got put out.
You put yourself out.
I got put out.
Now that's getting put out. Now I put you out. All right. All right, we did that. All right. How to get free cybersecurity training from the industry leader IBM. The cybersecurity industry is ripe for an influx of new professionals entering the field. In fact, there are nearly 750,000 cybersecurity positions left to be filled, according to Lightcast, a market research company. All right. So and blah 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 blah. Okay. So in August, and I talked about this last year, IBM Chairman CEO Arvind Kirshner announced a commitment to train 150,000 people in cybersecurity skills over the next 3 years as cyber crimes continue to rise. I remember me talking about this. I don't know if you all remember this episode. It's an old episode where it was 150,000 people here. I think Google was doing 70 million people worldwide. Another person was doing 50 million worldwide. You all been seeing these numbers for a very long time. All right, so let me see where I can find this. Okay, here it is. How IBM training program works. IBM has offered free skills training for professionals interested in cybersecurity for many years, along with educational programs with Justina Nixon Sentil, a vice president and global head of IBM, as part of IBM commitment to skill 30 million people globally. I knew it was 30 million. I remember that one. 30 million people globally. By 2030, we're providing free education on key technologies like cybersecurity. You can go to IBM Skills Build, which we do it every Wednesday. You go to IBM Skills Build, you create your account, and the RxCSA is in there. IBM owns Red Hat. They bought them for 34 billion. All right. So students can visit IBM platform to explore different courses on jobs they're interested in pursuing, including cybersecurity analysts. To sign up for free courses, students need to create an IBM account, which asks for simple demographic information, skills, and interests. These students can search the platform for courses. You can go on Skills Build and get there too. But on there, IBM offers free courses in AI, cloud computing, blockchain, data science, quantum computing, and emerging technologies. We talked about this. All right. Cybersecurity hiring remains red hot. The industry surpasses 400 billion. All right. It says by 2027, the market search company Brand Essence projects that the global cybersecurity market will reach 403 billion. That's with a compound annual growth of 12.5% between 2020 and 2027. Your time is now, is what they're saying. Your time is now. Why the cybersecurity industry? Well, you see the hackers, you see all of that. And which brings me to my next point, not that one. Vulnerabilities allow researchers to, here we go, researchers to unlock and lock doors remotely. Security researchers found several vulnerabilities that allow them to take control of internet connected devices that control locks. If you have worked or still work in an office and you probably swiped an access card in front of those black devices with a light that toggles from red to green, which lets you know you can get into the building thanks to a series of vulnerabilities in one of those most popular access control panels in the world, hackers could get into the building. Researchers at the cybersecurity firm Trilix found 8 vulnerabilities in LNL 4422 panel made by HID and distributed by Carrier, which allowed them to take full control of the device. This would have allowed them to remotely lock and unlock doors controlled by the device, allowing them to steal valuable hardware or access to sensitive computers inside whatever building that was protected by the access control system. Right, so we can still get in. Let me see. Is this how long this is? It's only 1 minute.
Hey, Sam. Yeah, I'm at the east entrance. Can you hack the brain trust room? Okay, thanks.
So you saw that exploit. It goes on to talk about the caveat is their research is that malicious attackers will need to get into the building first in order to target the access control. But this is why they tell you when you leave work. A lot of people do this, and they be sitting on the plane, on the train with their badge on right here. They be having on their badge. And instead of not having on your badge, you're supposed to immediately take that off, right? You don't want people knowing where you're at. Or my favorite one is you wear the company shirt. These are things that they tell you when you are out and about, right? Don't wear your company logos as far as like who you work for out and about. Don't wear their paraphernalia. You got the cross shoulder bag with the company logo on the side. You're a walking target, right? You're a walking target. Oh, that person work at Lockheed. Um, Let me get a picture of that person. I may be sitting in the back. I snap a picture of you. I then go upload that picture. I do a reverse lookup, facial recognition lookup. I then find out the company, find out some information on you or whatnot. Your information is not stored, is not protected or whatnot. Now I know where you live, where your kids go to school, like your mom and your daddy name. I then learn your routine or something like that. And then one day I meet you at a bar. I've already done my research on you. I sit down, I just start having a conversation with you. I have some drinks with you. You give up a little information and a little bit more information that I need. And then, you may have your badge in your bag, and you may slide off to the bathroom, or you may have your badge in the bag, and I got something I can swipe information off that. I can go duplicate that card. I got fingerprints from the glass in which you were sitting at the table, and now I got everything I need to replicate and imitate you. It's just that simple. No, it's not. This ain't nothing I done before. I'm just saying. This is nothing I done before. Just saying. Be careful about your fingerprints in public. That's all I'm gonna say. All right. As soon as we are on the network with this device, there's nothing stopping us. They interviewed the head of the Black Hat Talk, which was this week. Black Hat was this week. Um, Depending on what company or government organization the hackers are targeting, getting into its network gives them the a lot already, but getting into the building may give them even more. It was reported that 8 vulnerabilities was found in the carrier who worked with the HID patch system. Guess who gonna probably need some help? Some contractors to come in and help them get this set up, get this resolved, because they got to deploy somewhere, or they may have some things automated. But again, some people don't have a security system in a security and update, so it may be automated, or it may be just something that it just works and don't nobody know it was there. All right, that kind of thing happens all the time. All right, let me see. We did talk about the layoffs. Like I said, the layoffs that are happening. My suggestion here: Doma, Weed Maps, Brightwheel, Sisu, Pfizer, Walmart is laying off 200 corporate employees in areas like merchandising and real estate. No technical stuff. Online brokerage, Robinhood laying off 32. Oracle is laying off a huge number. Vox Media is laying off 39. Shopify is laying off 1,000. Envision announced this layoffs. Whoop is laying off 15%. Hydro 7-Eleven is laying off 880 corporate. Ford is cutting as many as 8,000. Asurion in Nashville is cutting 750. Healthcare firm Olive is cutting 450. Capsule Census, Trigger Grills, I guess Varo, Mural, People.ai, Workstream, T-Mobile is laying off. Project 44, Fly Homes, Invite, Vimo is laying off 6%. OpenSea is laying off 20%. Vicky Secrets laid off about 160 of its managers. Loan Depot, and the list goes on and on and on, right? You can also catch up over here on layoffs. I think it's layoffs.io. No, it's layoffs. Let me go look it up. I thought it was layoffs.io. And maybe .com. Layoffs.fyi. That's what it is. So 520 startups would lay off 70,671 employees laid off in 2022. Who has not laid off? Have you not heard about CACI, khaki, your LM, your government contracting places have not laid off. You hadn't heard anything from the agencies laying off either. When I say agencies, FBI, Social Security, those places are not laying off. In fact, I know they got more money than a little bit. We know the IRS ain't laying off. We know that much, right? I don't know how many of us are affected by layoffs. I don't know. But I'm here to help you recession proof your skill and layoff proof your skills as well too. I think these routes that we've discussed before help you get through that, right? Um, Let me look and see what else we did that. All right, I can say this. I say this for our binary hustlers talk D. I say that for our binary hustlers talk.
You rang.
Yeah, I'm finished. Hold on, let me double verify. Yep, I'm finished. I have nothing else to say. I appreciate y'all hanging out today. I mean, always got a lot to say, but I appreciate y'all hanging out today. I enjoyed our conversations. Make sure you thinking having an abundance mindset with an execution plan. Check out those enrolled agents. Make sure that you are traveling in places where you don't get monkeypox. Saran wrap yourself like the
Wash your hands. That's all I ask. Wash your hands. You get in the building, take off your clothes and take a shower and put on fresh clothes. Just do those simple things and it'll keep you germ free.
Always think about what your next skill is going to be. Uh, Make a plan for it. Get with a company that's going to pay you to learn, and go
Have
from there.
friends that are going to help facilitate your learning and support you on your journey.
Who's doing that? You
Right.
got a friend like you got a friend like that?
Hmm.
You do? You got a friend that help support you and facilitate? What does that mean when you say facilitate? What does that mean? What are you
You
saying?
know, that encourages you and pushes you and know that, that you not spending as much time with them doesn't mean you love them any less.
We have to remove bad energy from the stream.
It's just studying, become better.
Well, that's what I want to make sure we have in mind. Like when we go to, when you all start building, if you're gonna do like a cybersecurity company, or you're gonna start building if you're gonna start doing your 1099 work. Did y'all hear what he said in that video? Did y'all hear about brain trust that he said in that video? They didn't like me. They turned me down. It's all good. I'll apply again. I'll update my resume. Apply again. I got an old resume. But let me do this. So you can. I want y'all to go out there and apply. You go here. Why it's not coming up? All right. So here go one right here. Did you pull that up for me? A Linux operation manager with Bridgewater Associates, paying 200K to 400K. Um, I think Brain Trust is paying 200 an hour. Let me see something here. I don't know why when I go to look that up, it don't move. Anyway, whenever I find it, I'll pull it up. But anyway, look up Brain Trust on LinkedIn. They were paying like 200 an hour. Just throwing that out there. When y'all looking up these jobs. Okay, capiche? Cool. That's all I got, D. I thank everybody for rocking with us, and we'll see y'all. For those that got rust, I see you tomorrow. Well, I won't see you. We normally never get on camera, but we'll chat tomorrow. And then and I may have we may do a video on the 15th from AWS AL and MI director. I gotta make sure
Monday?
oh yeah, I gotta make sure she's gonna be ready.
Okay, let me know because I was for the volunteers that are here. I was going to schedule a meeting on Monday about 6:30. So now I have to get a confirmation from Tam.
So you could probably still schedule that because me and her were supposed to talk last week. She didn't respond to me.
Okay.
So you might can still do that, but I just want to let you know that that's coming up. And then I also have some more people that want to come on, that want to come on the show as well too. So trying to figure out how to schedule everybody. I got a busy week next week.
And some of those shows are going to be for our members only. So
Nah, that's not a members only show.
no, I'm saying some of the shows that are coming up.
Oh,
Not the specific one that you're talking about, but I was going into, sign up for the membership so you guys won't miss out on the member only stuff. Because
yeah.
a lot of the overflow that Tam doesn't get to talk about will definitely be members only stuff. I think that's a great idea, D. Great idea.
I don't.
Great idea.
I
We'll
don't.
do it on a Tuesday.
Oh, well, let me let y'all go. All right now.
You guys have a good one. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you again on Wednesday. We've been having good fun at the meetup, so we can't wait to see you. And for those that don't know, it's womeninlinux.org. At Meetup, it's meetup.com/women in Linux. Come and check us out and have fun and learn. See you next week.